here I am. I'm so excited, about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. To cycle solo on my mountain bike here for over 30,000 kilometers across 5 continents. I really need to test out my camping equipment in different weather conditions, and there's a mild storm forecast for the weekend. So I load up my bike and I head out for a training ride for a few days. Hour by hour, I cycle further and further away from home, with the storm clouds brewing on the horizon and the gentle sound of thunder in the distance. I'm feeling a little nervous, but mostly excited. I keep pushing hard through the stormy conditions for many, many hours. And then suddenly, everything dramatically changes for the worst. The storm clouds turn jet black, the thunder intensifies, and lightning fills up the whole skies. And before I know it, I'm battling cyclonic winds of around 100 kilometers an hour, with cold, stinging rain in my face, drenching me to the bone within minutes. I can't believe my eyes when I see whole trees being uprooted right in front of me. And then, from out of nowhere, a tree hits me from the side, sending me crashing to the floor. I get back up. My leg is bleeding, but luckily I'm not too badly injured. But it does look like my bike and tent are damaged, so I desperately start seeking shelter because it's getting dark really quickly. I look at my fingers, they're turning blue, my teeth are chattering uncontrollably, and my lips are frozen. I think I'm becoming hypothermic. I look around some more, and I can see that there's nowhere externally that I can shelter from this storm. So I decide I have to go within me. Then I remember a breathing technique that my Tai Chi master had taught me that could potentially raise your body temperature. And in my pannier, I find one of these tiny emergency blankets. You know these ones that you think, how can they possibly save a life? But I wrap it around me, I close my eyes, and I start to meditate. But I have to count my breaths to keep me focused from the howling winds outside. I count 1, 2, 3, and I continue counting into the hundreds. And then everything goes totally silent. It's timeless as I sit here, seeking refuge in this quiet place inside of me, feeling totally calm, peaceful, and safe. Many hours must have passed because the only thing that breaks the silence is the morning sound of birds. And as I open my eyes in relief, I see the first spears of light coming through the trees. I try to stand up, but I fall down a few times because my legs are numb. But eventually, I managed to make some repairs to my bike, and I gratefully cycle to safety in the morning light. To this day, I'm still not exactly sure what happened in those 12 hours between dusk and dawn. But I do know this now, that I am capable of far more than I believed is possible, and that everything I ever need in life is inside of me. I just need to create that space to access it. And I know this is a real storm I just talked about here, but many of us are living in a storm of overwhelm and stress, and it's hard to find that peaceful place inside of you in our daily lives. But it is possible. Just like training the body to get stronger, we can also train the mind too. And many people ask me why I meditate every single day. And the answer is really simple. It helps me to create space between a stimulus and a response. And in that space, I can stay calm under pressure. I can manage that overwhelm and anxiety. I can find clarity to make good decisions. I can find that inner strength inside of me when I need it most. But most of all, it helps me to respond more mindfully rather than react. Just like a situation I was in on my trusty mountain bike here, on my cycling adventure. On this trip, I choose to take the roads less travelled, and I venture out into the smaller back roads and the little villages of the countries that I visit. And sometimes I have no choice but to hitch a ride on the back of trucks, whether it's due to landmines in the area or just inaccessible roads. And most of the time, it's a lot of fun as I share the journey with farmers and their clucking chickens and noisy goats. Until one day, I find myself on the back of a truck with drunk, armed soldiers on the back roads of Africa. I instantly know this is a case of wrong place and wrong time. And one of the soldiers decides to toy with me by stabbing a machine gun hard in the back of my ribs and thrusting me into a state of fight, flight, or freeze. I freeze in fear, not knowing what to do. But I choose not to respond until I take 3 full mindful breaths, and hopefully something comes to me. And believe me, these 3 breaths seem to last a lifetime with a machine gun poking in your ribs. So I take the first breath in really slow, all the way in. I follow it out as slow as I can. Nothing comes. So then I take the second breath in even deeper. And I try to slow it down even more, all the way out to the very end. Still, nothing comes. Then I take the third deep breath in, as big as I can. I prolong the out breath as slow as I possibly can. And then right at the very end of the out breath, it comes to me. Humor. The sense of humor goes a long way and has served me well on my trip so far, so I thought I'd give that a try. And then I turn to one of the soldiers on the truck and I teach him how to play the game rock, paper, scissors. And we play a few rounds of rock, paper, scissors together. And he wins. But still the machine gun is stabbing me in the back of the ribs. So then I turn to the biggest and scariest looking soldier on the truck with a machine gun held together by gaffer tape. And I nervously invite him to play a game of rock, paper, scissors with me. And he accepts. So we play a few rounds of rock, paper, scissors together. This time I win. And for some reason, the whole truck just burst out laughing. Then I feel the machine gun slowly easing out from the back of my ribs. I feel a tap on my shoulder. And the same soldier that was tormenting me is now inviting me to play rock, paper, scissors with him. The whole truck is watching us. We play a few rounds of rock, paper, scissors. My heart is pounding. And thankfully, he wins 3 times in a row. And he gives me the biggest smile and high five. And just like the twist of a kaleidoscope, the whole mood on the truck shifts for the better, And for the rest of the journey, we're all playing rock, paper, scissors, laughing, and having a fantastic time. Whew, that was close. Viktor Frankl summarizes this very well when he says, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies our freedom and power to choose our responses. And in that response lies our growth and our freedom. In a world that's moving way too fast, I invite you all to consider to pause each day and find that quiet space inside of you. It's always there. You just need to access it. For me, it's meditation, but it could also be just going for a nice walk outdoors, or having a long hot shower or bath, or just pausing for a few minutes between your busy work life and your home life, or whatever it is for you. And remember, it could be as simple as just taking 3 full mindful breaths. Thank you.